Do subscribe to the channel. Northrop Grumman Robotic Resupply Spacecraft Cygnus, NG-19. NG-19 is the 19th planned flight of the Northrop Grumman Robotic Resupply Spacecraft Cygnus and its 18th flight to the International Space Station, is, under the Commercial Resupply Services, CRS-2, contract with NASA. The mission is scheduled to launch on the 2nd of August 2023. This is the 8th launch of Cygnus under the CRS-2 contract. Cygnus has delivered approximately 130,000 pounds of critical cargo, supplies, equipment, and experiments to the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. Orbital ATK, now Northrop Grumman Innovation Systems, and NASA jointly developed a new space transportation system to provide commercial cargo resupply services to the International Space Station, is under the Commercial Orbital Transportation Services (COTS) program. Orbital ATK designed, acquired, built, and assembled these components: Antares, a medium-class launch vehicle; Cygnus, an advanced spacecraft using a pressurized cargo module, PCM, provided by industrial partner Thales Alenia Space, and a service module based on the Orbital GEO Star satellite bus. Northrop Grumman is celebrating a decade of commercial resupply services missions. To date, Cygnus has delivered approximately 130,000 pounds of critical cargo, supplies, equipment, and experiments to the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. The NG-19 Cygnus spacecraft is scheduled to launch aboard our Antares rocket no earlier than August 1 at 20 hours 31 minutes and 11 seconds Eastern Daylight Saving Time from the Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport, MAS, Pad 0A on Wallops Island, Virginia. Events to happen: Tuesday, July 25. 10:15 a.m. International Space Station Educational In-Flight Event with the LASTEM's NASA Astro Camp in Louisiana with NASA flight engineers Frank Rubio and Woody Hoburg. 12:30 p.m. NASA's SpaceX Crew 7 Mission Overview News Conference. 2 p.m. News Conference with NASA's SpaceX Crew 7 astronauts. Tuesday, August 1. 12:35 p.m. is Expedition 69 in-flight event for students at the International Space University in Sao Paulo, Brazil, with NASA flight engineers Steve Bowen and Woody Hoburg and United Arab Emirates flight engineer Sultan Al-Nyadi. 8 p.m. launch coverage of the Northrop Grumman NG-19 Cygnus spacecraft to the International Space Station. Launch scheduled for 8:31 p.m. Friday, August 4. 4:30 a.m. coverage of the rendezvous and robotic capture of the Northrop Grumman NG-19 Cygnus spacecraft at the International Space Station. Capture scheduled for 5:54 a.m. 7:30 a.m. installation coverage of the Northrop Grumman NG-19 Cygnus spacecraft to the Nadir port of the Unity module of the International Space Station. Wednesday, August 9. 10:15 a.m. coverage of the Russian spacewalk at the International Space Station. Spacewalk scheduled to begin at approx. 10:45 a.m. and last 6 hours, 30 minutes.